greetings to His Royal Highness Sultan Perak and Her Royal Highness Raja Perempuan Perak, not to forget to everyone. I am honored to be given this chance to speak here today in front of His Majesty. To begin with, Malaysia is currently a developing country. As we look back at our nation in the past, starting with the moment where we learned about nationalism and persevered through countless trials in the name of independence. We who live in the modern world, how can we even begin to imagine the struggle, the bloodshed, the unimaginable amount of will from our ancestors who fought for freedom? Those who fought are remembered throughout history as the nation's hero. In the end, their efforts were not in vain, as it is proven by our very first Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Haj, who flew to London and announced our independence, labeling him the father of independence. At the present day, Malaysia is well known with a myriad of beautiful islands, namely Redang Island and Langkawi Island, which attracts tourists from the whole world. On the other hand, some people may call it the food paradise, as it feasts the eyes of the beholder and people devour the finest tastes of the Malaysian food, such as nasi lemak, cendol, and you name it. But in my eyes, Malaysia is the land of culture, with diversity of culture, living in a small country compared to others, and a population of 33.5 million, mainly composed of Malays, Chinese, and Indians. It isn't shocking that we are known for our cuisine, like the roti canai, char kway teow, and appam. With so different cultures come a plethora of celebrations and events, which are Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, and Deepavali, each celebration with their own unique belief. On another note, Malaysia is a home to many wildlife, making it a hotspot for ecotourism. Malaysia is home to islands such as Pangkor Island, Tioman Island, and Semporna Island, and also a home to some of nature's undeniable beauty, that is the coral and sea fauna, which is a fragile treasure akin to glass. We, as Malaysia's inhabitant, must preserve our wildlife as it is our identity, similar to our food and our culture. I'm convinced this is what our ancestors would have wanted, a peaceful life despite our differences, living under the same nation no matter what you believe in. This moment won't last if we don't do anything. We have to contribute to our country to make sure this harmony doesn't break. The first one is through education, specifically history. As I have mentioned in the beginning, every country has its own history, and to make sure our history isn't so sour to hear by the future generation, let us all start learning from the past and avoid as well as fix all the mistakes that we are able to. Learning is an endless journey that doesn't end even if you one day return to the afterlife, as your children and your grandchildren are there to continue where you left off. As such, it is key that you educate them at a young age so that they support our country. It isn't important where you're from or what you do. May it be a simple office worker or the foundation of the country, in which I believe is a teacher. Make sure that it doesn't end with you and pass it on to the next age. If working in the office doesn't suit your fancy, You can try sports. When you look at the international sport players, don't think if only you could be like them, strive to be like them. Anyone can try their best, it's just the matter of have you done it yet? If you haven't, why do you tell yourself it is useless? Malaysia's international badminton player Dato' Lee Chong Wei started from a humble beginning. He picked the fancy of the local badminton coach, and later down the line, Miss Wunside brought him to the international squad. You don't need to be rich. Since history has taught us that perseverance gets you results. If you can't make it to the next level, then teach everyone else who is interested. Maybe one day he could make it to where you are not able to, and you as his teacher should be proud as you deserve it. Another great example would be Dato' Azizul Hasni Awang, the pocket rocket man. After receiving a gift in the form of a bicycle at a young age for passing with flying colors in the UPSR exam, with 18 gold medals, 13 silvers, and 14 bronze under his name, he earned his spot as one of the most recognizable cyclists in Malaysia, even standing in the eyes of the whole world. Truly a man worthy of respect to the country. Let us all work hard and make sure that he isn't the last cyclist representing Malaysia. That concludes my speech. Thank you all for lending me your time, and thank you to the event's host for allowing me to be here today.